This man survived the Titanic in a bizarre and unbelievable way. Charles Joffin was a 30-year-old living in Southampton, England when he signed on to be the chief baker on the Titanic. He was due to earn a monthly wage of £12 in 1912, which is the equivalent of about £1,700 today, or 2,200 Yankee Doodle dollars. This wage made him one of the best paid crew members aboard, with a staff of 13 bakers, or a baker's dozen, under him. This is a picture of him from one of the Titanic movies. It's not actually him, just so you know. When the ship hit an iceberg on the evening of April 14th, Charles was off duty and in his bunk. According to him, he immediately felt the shock of the collision and got up. He heard that the officers were getting the lifeboats ready for launching, so he sent his 13 men up with food for the lifeboats. He had a drink in his room before heading up to the deck to help load women and children into the lifeboats. Although he was assigned to Captain Lifeboat 10, Charles gave his spot up to someone else and instead went below deck to drink a half-full tumbler of liquor. When he came back up to the boat deck, all of the lifeboats had been lowered, so he began to throw as many deck chairs as he could overboard so they could be used as flotation devices. While getting a drink of water from the pantry, he heard a loud crash, so he ran up to see what was going on. The ship suddenly listed, which means that it took on water and tilted to one side, throwing everyone except for him. Charles climbed and grabbed a hold of a safety rail, so he was on the outside of the ship as it went down. While the Titanic was sinking, he rode it down like an elevator, making him the last survivor to leave the Titanic. Now in the water, he began paddling and treading water for 2 hours, saying he barely felt the cold. The water was freezing at 28 degrees Fahrenheit, but keep in mind that he had had a lot to drink. As daylight broke, he spotted the upturned collapsible B lifeboat, which had about 30 men standing on the side of the boat. Charles swam towards the boat, but there wasn't any room for him. However, one of the men recognized Charles and grabbed his hand as he held on to the side of the boat, feet and legs still in the water. This is from a deleted scene from the Titanic movie. Unfortunately, nobody in another lifeboat was like, "Hey guys, look over here real quick while I snap a picture for history." Keep in mind, he has now been in the freezing water for hours, and many have died of hypothermia or cold shock in way less time. Exposure to water of that temperature can cause death in as little as 15 minutes. After a while, another lifeboat appeared and Charles swam to it and was taken in until the RMS Carpathia rescued them. Amazingly, the only negative effect he had from being in the freezing water for so long was swollen feet. After surviving the Titanic, Charles moved to New Jersey, where he passed away at the age of 78 in 1956 from pneumonia. It's still kind of a medical mystery as to how he was able to survive for 3 hours in the freezing water. Some theories suggest that him being drunk allowed him to be calm and not lose much needed energy to panicking. Others think that the vasodilation from the alcohol helped him fight hypothermia and cold shock as he entered the water. Whatever the explanation, it's still an unbelievable story. Let me know if you've ever heard of Charles in the comments below. Also, let me know if you want more Titanic content. It is almost April 12th after all.